Blushing here. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. As you mentioned, my name is Neil Baesel. I'm a professional performing stage hypnotist. I'm also an acupuncturist and a hypnotherapist as well. So I'm what you call a triple threat. I have had the opportunity to perform at different stages around the country. Been performing all week here, and a lot of good-hearted, generous people have been coming out to support me here at the fair. Really appreciate that. I don't care what they say about you in the rest of the country. Washington's okay. I like this state. And the salmon's really good too. And the coffee, and well, hasn't rained, so that's good too. Tonight I'll be performing a comedy hypnosis show for all of you with your assistance. In my opinion, what makes a comedy hypnosis stage show one of the best forms of live entertainment around is that although I am the master of ceremonies, the director, it's actually going to be the volunteers that come up and join me here on the stage and get to be the stars of the show. It's like getting to do karaoke, only you don't have to carry a tune or stay on key or any of that kind of thing. So it's a lot more fun in that regard. With your help, we'll be putting on a good show tonight. Before we go any further, there's just a few quick misconceptions that people sometimes have about hypnosis as a result of how it's portrayed in the media sometimes. So I'd just like to clear those up right off the bat so we can all have a good time and enjoy ourselves. The first misconception that people sometimes have is that when you're hypnotized, you're under my control or you're not in control of your actions, and that's just not true. Hypnosis is a voluntary, permission-based, consensual state. You have to want to be hypnotized in order to be hypnotized. I can show the way, but a person has to want to have the experience and be willing to follow instructions in order to have the experience. You would never do anything that was against your personal, moral, ethical, or religious beliefs, or anything that you just didn't think was a good idea, even when deeply hypnotized. So no loss of control. You'll be looked after and cared for at all times. The second misconception that I like to clear up that sometimes exists is people are concerned that maybe they'll give away a secret up here. And this also doesn't happen because you have to want to have the experience and you have to want to follow along. So if no one's going to give away the number to their ATM card or reveal that they cheated on their taxes last year, or anything like that. Any secrets, if you parked in a handicapped space tonight and that's a deep secret that you're keeping, you'll keep that too. Any secret that you would keep in a waking state, you'll also keep while hypnotized. Your secrets are yours to keep. So let's throw that one out the door. And the third misconception I'd like to clear up right off the bat is sometimes people might be concerned that somehow you could get stuck in hypnosis and you wouldn't wake up somehow. And in the thousands of years that human beings have been working with hypnosis and trance states, this has never happened. It's just not possible. We all go through different states of consciousness every day, from waking to sleeping and back again, dreaming. Sometimes it might feel so good to be hypnotized. It has a very relaxing effect on the nervous system, and you get a lot of positive benefits from being hypnotized. So sometimes, no matter how good it feels, you can't get stuck in hypnosis. Even while individuals were deeply hypnotized, if I were to just leave the stage, eventually their mind would think, wait a minute, I'm not hearing his voice anymore, and they would emerge from it, or they would just pass into a state of sleep, like taking a nap, and would come out normally. So no one's going to lose control of anything, no one's secrets are going to be given away, and no one's going to be stuck in hypnosis. You're going to have a good, fun, safe time, enjoy the process yourself, and get to bring a lot of joy, laughter, and happiness to other people, and have a fun story that you can tell others about that wild night you had at the Centralia Fair. We got a little time here before Hell's Bells take the stage, so we're going to have a lot of fun. Before we go any further, there's just a fun little exercise I like to do just to let people know a little bit more about their power of their subconscious mind, how it works. So if you join along with me, get a little taste. This isn't hypnosis. I won't hypnotize anyone yet, but we can do a little fun experiment together. If I can learn how to put the mic on here. Here we go. So I'd ask now anyone that is able to stand up to please go ahead and do so and just join us for a quick little bit of fun activity. I promise, completely painless, all good. As I did mention, to be hypnotized is important to be able to follow instructions, so I know I'm working with the A-listers already. We're off to a great start, folks. All right, everyone go ahead and stick both hands out straight in front of you, about 6 inches apart. And then go ahead and clasp the palms together, squeeze all the air out, lace the fingers together, lock the thumbs down, kind of stick the elbows out a little bit, maybe 45 degrees. That gets that last little bit of air out of there. Bring it up to about 45 degrees. Here you go, like you're making a prayer. You can go ahead and make one if you want to. Put both fingers up in a little steeple position. Now, don't do anything yet. Just watch me do this. Don't do anything yet. But in a moment, I'm going to have you split the fingers apart like two bunny ears and look at the space in between them. All right, everyone, got those elbows out, got all the air squeezed out? Go ahead and open up those little bunny ears and look at the space between them, because those fingers are going to touch. They're going to touch in a moment as if there were two powerful magnets in those tips. The harder you try to resist, the more and more they pull together. In fact, those magnets are now 10 times as strong, pulling those fingers together closer and closer with ever-increasing magnetic force. All right, everyone, stop that now. Just kind of shake out your hands a little bit. Give yourselves a round of applause for doing a fun activity. And whose fingers came together? Who's our most imaginative, creative people we got here? Okay, we got a few creative, imaginative, fun people here. And those are the best volunteers at this stage. Anyone can be hypnotized, it can be used for therapeutic results, but in order to put on the best show for everyone here at the stage, it's always best to get the most intelligent, imaginative, creative people up there. So that's a fun little experiment. You can see if your mindset's in the right zone today to be the star of the show. In a moment, I'm going to call for volunteers to come up and we can begin the show. There's only two types of individuals that I would suggest best to just remain seated and enjoy the show. We do need an audience to perform for. And that would just be if you have any type of medical disability that might make it difficult to participate in a stage show of any kind. The hypnosis itself is perfectly safe, but it does require coming up and move around a little bit, do some things. So I ask that if you're pregnant or epileptic or you have a heart condition or maybe just got out of the hospital or any reason you can think of why your doctor might not want you to participate in a stage show of any kind, even if Les Miserables was in town or something, please just remain and enjoy the show. I promise you'll have a good time. If you are in a good state of health, able to safely participate in a stage show, and you want to have the experience, as I mentioned before, it is a voluntary, consensual process. You have to want to be hypnotized. Sometimes people think like, he's not going to hypnotize me, I'll show him. And I agree, if it comes down to a challenge, you guys will win every time. You have to want to have the experience. So if you were to volunteer and you didn't want to have the experience, it would just take it away from someone else. But if you do want to have the experience, and you do have a good level of imagination, intelligence, and creativity, you want to have a fun experience tonight, go ahead and let's start filling these seats up. I can't do a show until we get people up here, so who would like to come up and be a part of the show tonight? All right, this young lady here, absolutely. Give her a big round of applause. All right. I saw some other fingers come together, saw some other people. Would you like to participate, sir? All right, come on. All right, go ahead, take a seat on. Try to arrange yourself male-female to the best extent possible. We'll get some more volunteers. Okay, you can come up. Any other adults? Anybody in the cheap seats in the back like to come up and participate? All right, excellent. Give this gentleman a big round of applause. We're building a pretty strong set already. Would you like to come up and volunteer, sir? Absolutely, please. What about these A-listers over here? Anyone over here like to come up and participate, have the time of their life? You get to be the star of the show? I promise, it's better than karaoke.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else on this side? Did raise a hand that I missed? Going once? Going twice? Okay. Well, you guys have the best seats in the house. So I'm just going to give them a set of instructions before we begin this show. So I'll turn my back for just a moment while I get them set, so we'll be ready to go. All right, does anyone here know the person next to them really well, like a friend, family member, coworker, anything like that? The reason I ask is sometimes if you know the person next to you really well, you might be kind of more concerned about the experience they're having than the experience you're having. It might break your concentration or theirs. Let me have you go ahead and scooch in a little bit, and we'll go ahead and rearrange the chairs. Why don't you move down one chair, sir? Why don't you move down one there? All right, I'm just going to take these seats off stage here. Thank you so much. All right, the next big important question is, does anyone have any chewing gum, food in their mouth, anything like that? The reason I ask is you will become very relaxed during this show, so I don't want anybody to swallow their gum, take them back to grade school or something like that. Nothing? Okay. All right. And The following set of instructions will just make things, the process a little clearer for you. At some point during the process of becoming hypnotized, your eyes will close. I do ask that whenever it is that your eyes do close, that you keep them closed at all times unless I ask you to open them. To open them at any other time might break your concentration or the concentration of someone around you. So just follow along with the simple instructions that I give you, and everyone can be successfully hypnotized. The second instruction I like to give right off the bat is that I will be using the word sleep at some point. And when I say the word sleep, it's not the type of sleep we sleep at night when going to bed. It's just a signal to the unconscious mind to become more deeply relaxed, more ready to follow the instructions that I'm giving. And I will be monitoring you at all times during the process, so I will be looking for physiological signs that you're on your way to becoming successfully hypnotized deeply enough to participate in the show and put on a good show for everyone. All right, everyone go ahead and put their feet flat on the floor. Place your hands flat on your thighs there. Excellent. And I'm just going to give some instructions to the audience before we begin. Audience members, for the next 5 to 7 minutes, I would just ask for your assistance in this process so that we can put on the best possible show for you tonight. I would ask that you do your best to remain quiet just for the next 5 to 7 minutes. We do have a lot of other noises going on around the show, everything from the band warming up to the cars to the people having fun, even the fountains making some noise. And that's all fine. These are all sounds of life in the world going on around us. And any of these sounds that our volunteers tonight hear during the process, that's just a little reminder that life's going on normally around them while they're having this fun experience. But if we can just control any sound here for the next 5 to 7 minutes, after that you'll be free to laugh, applaud, make all the noise that you want. Just need that little bit of space. Okay, volunteers. Before we begin, I just want to get your formal agreement that you want to be hypnotized. As I mentioned, it is a consensual process. Just to formalize that, I'll go down the row, I'll look everyone in the eye, and I just want you to answer the following question for me. Are you ready to become hypnotized now? Are you ready to become hypnotized now? Are you ready to be hypnotized? Are you ready to be hypnotized? And are you ready to be hypnotized? Okay, and let me go ahead and have you turn your hat backwards for me so I can see your eyes a little better, because I will need to do that. And maybe you, if you could turn the hat around just backwards, make it a little easy for me to see your eyes. There you go. Got his rally cap on. He's good to go. All right, volunteers on stage. Keep your head in a nice, neutral, level position, jaw and head just relaxed. But go ahead now and allow your eyes to roll up. Roll up as if you're trying to look through your own eyebrows. Roll them up as high as you can, as if you're trying to look through your own eyebrows. That's right, you're doing great. Keep them in this position as I continue to give you instructions at all times, looking upwards as if trying to look through your own eyebrows. During this process, you might feel your eyes starting to blink a little bit. At some point, they're closed. I see some of you already on your way. I'm going to count down from 5 to 0. By the time I reach 0, maybe by the time I reach 3 or so, everyone's eyes will be closed. 5. Go ahead and just start letting go now, just relaxing on your way to becoming successfully hypnotized. That's right, you're doing great. 4. Allow a deep wave of relaxation to pass down your entire body from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. You might feel your eyes starting to become heavy, might starting to blink now, might start to feel like a time when you were up late at night, you caught the late movie, or maybe studying for school or a presentation at work, and it's getting harder and harder to keep your eyes open as your eyelids get heavier and heavier. And whenever your eyes have closed, go ahead and allow your head to roll forward. This too will relax you even more. 2, going deeper and deeper down now, always looking up through your eyebrows. 1, getting ready to just let it all go now. And 0, eyes closed. Go ahead and allow your eyes to close now if they haven't closed already. That's right, everyone's got their eyes closed on their way to being successfully hypnotized. Now, just because your eyes have closed doesn't necessarily mean that you're already hypnotized, although it's clear that some of you are already on your way. But as it's just removed any sight distractions and allows you to more easily, naturally follow the instructions that I'm giving you. Now that your physical eyes have closed, go back using your mind's eye, the eye of your imagination. Allow your mind's eye to take you back to another time, another place, to a place and time where you felt safe, secure, calm, and relaxed. It might be a beautiful outdoor scene in nature. It might be a room in your home. I don't know, but your subconscious does. Go there now, in your mind's eye, to your own special place that's just right for you. That's right, you're all doing great. And as you continue to relax in your special place, just allow yourself to drift now, drifting, sinking, floating now, deeper and deeper, even deeper now, into your own inner experience, ready to easily, naturally, automatically follow the instructions that I give you. Volunteers on stage, go ahead now and extend both arms straight out in front of you like you're a superhero flying through the air. That's right, both arms straight out in front of you. And now take your left hand and turn that palm up towards the sky. Your left palm up towards the sky. That's right. Very good. You're all doing great. And now imagine, as I go down the row, I'm going to press your left hand. Imagine that I've tied a bucket around that hand, and it is filling up with water and getting heavier and heavier and heavier. That's right. It's now as if you have a bucket with a hose, filling that bucket with water in your left hand, and it is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. You might feel your left arm twitching a little bit, trembling as that bucket gets heavier and heavier, even heavier now, sinking down, down, down. And as your left arm drifts down, you drift down with it deeper and deeper into hypnosis. And now in a moment, I'm going to tie a bunch of helium balloons around your right wrist. And as I do so, that right wrist will begin to lift up towards the sky. That right wrist lifting up towards the sky as those helium balloons lift that right wrist higher and higher. That's right. Now there's twice as many balloons in that right hand. Twice as many balloons in that right hand, and that left hand's getting very heavy now. Okay, volunteers, go ahead and freeze those arms in position. In a moment, I'm going to go down the row. Just gently press on your arm. As I do so, allow a deep wave of relaxation to pass down your entire body. This too will make you feel better and take you on your way. Good thing? Sleep. That's right. All right, volunteers on stage. I'm going to address the audience for just a moment as you continue to relax, keeping your eyes closed at all times. Go ahead and allow both arms to just rest naturally on your lap as you drift down deeper and deeper. Okay, audience, from this moment on, you're free to make all the noise you want. You can laugh, applaud, have a good time. And in fact, the more that you laugh and applaud, the signal it gives to them that you're doing great. Go ahead and give our stars of our show a big round of applause. This will take them down deeper and deeper as well. That's right. All right, here we go. In a moment, I'm just going to pick up your right wrist and just let it plop down. Just let it be limp, loose, and relaxed, like a wet noodle. There he goes. Okay, very good. Limp, loose, and relaxed. That's right. A little bit like a wet spaghetti noodle. There you go. Wet spaghetti. There you go. And wet spaghetti. All right, volunteers on stage, ready to perfectly carry out the instructions that I give you. Go ahead and sit up now straight in your chair with your eyes closed, both feet flat on the ground. That's right. You've all been selected to be the first folks in the country to get to enjoy a brand new virtual reality ride. You're going to get to go on a very special virtual reality ride in a vehicle that's going to allow you to take a fun little cross-country road trip. In a moment, I'm going to go down the row and ask you what vehicle you have selected. You can select any four-wheel vehicle you can think of, any car or truck or any four-wheel vehicle that you would like to take a little cross-country adventure in. It could be any make or model. It might be a Nissan Sentra or a Jeep Wrangler or maybe a Maserati or a Ferrari. I don't know, but your subconscious does. As I go down the row and tap on your shoulder, go ahead and tell us any vehicle you can think of, any four-wheel vehicle, any make or model, what you would like to take a fun little virtual reality ride cross-country in now. Individual whose shoulder I'm pressing, what four-wheel vehicle are you going to take your trip in?
Cherokee Jeep.
A Cherokee Jeep. Excellent. What color is your Cherokee Jeep, sir?
Blue.
Blue Cherokee Jeep. That's a good choice. Go ahead and give them a round of applause there. Yeah, they like that choice. Outstanding. All right, individual whose shoulder I'm pressing now. What four-wheel vehicle? Remember, it's a virtual reality ride, so even if you don't have your driver's license yet, you can still participate. What vehicle are you going to take this trip in now?
A safari jeep.
A safari jeep. Okay, excellent. That's a good choice. Let's give him a big round of applause there. All right. I mean, we got some great folks here, so this is going to be a lot of fun. I can already tell this is going to be one of those shows. The individual whose shoulder I'm pressing now. What four-wheel vehicle are you going to go on this grand adventure with?
A hearse.
A hearse. Okay, that's a little different. Yeah, give her a round of applause. That's creative. Okay. I don't know what kind of gas mileage you get, but hey, that's a fun one. All right, the individual whose shoulder I'm pressing now. What four-wheel vehicle are you going to go on this big adventure with?
A 1967 Mercury Cougar.
1967 Mercury. Yeah, I see a lot of smiles out there. Give this man a big round of applause. That was a very specific choice. I like that. What color is that car, sir?
Maroon.
Maroon. Okay, even better. I mean, that's going to cause a sensation wherever that goes. Great choice. And finally, this individual whose shoulder I'm pressing now. What four-wheel vehicle are you going to take this big adventure in?
A 72 Cuda.
A 72 Cougar. Okay, that's getting some smiles too. Let's have a big round of applause for all our volunteers. They've all chosen very creative vehicles here. All right, volunteers, before you get to go on this fun little cross-country adventure, reach up now, go ahead and adjust your rear view mirrors. There you go. Get those mirrors straight, the rear view ones, and then get the side view mirrors, both left and right. Get those adjusted so you can always see what's going on the road and be safe. All right, and go ahead and fasten your seat belts now. Whether it's an over-the-shoulder belt or around the waist, go ahead and strap in, always for safety. Always remaining safely secure in your chair at all times, even as you continue to become relaxed. Now reach out now with the keys in your hand and go ahead and start that vehicle of your choice. Go ahead and fire that baby up. Rum, bum, 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 rum, bum, 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 bum. There you go. And we're getting ready to go here. So everyone go ahead and hit the gas with your right foot, put the hands on the wheel, and get ready to go on a big adventure as this audience gives you a big round of applause as you set out on a grand cross-country adventure here. All right, outstanding. Remember, the more applause you give them, audience, the more they're going to perform for you. There you go. In fact, go ahead and wave out to your admirers right now that are checking out these sweet rides that you got. You see them checking out the ride? There you go. On the right, on the left. Yeah. These guys know what they're doing. These guys know what they're doing. All right, vroom, vroom. As you continue, you got a nice flat stretch of road in front of you. Go ahead and really punch that right foot down on the gas. Steer that car with the two hands, and we got a left hand turn. We got a left turn coming up. So go ahead and steer to the left. Kind of lean into it a little bit. There you go. Get it. All right, road straighten out again. Go ahead and hit the gas again with that right foot. Really hear those horses. All right, maybe go ahead and adjust the radio in front of you. Go ahead and dial that little knob, get some tunes going, get some sweet tunes going. There you go. Yeah, bobbing your head. There you go. Man's getting into it. All right. Yeah, here we go. All right. And as you continue to rock down the road, listening to those sweet tunes in your head, feeling the wind blowing through your hair. In fact, kind of reach up a little bit. Yeah, kind of brush that hair out a little bit, just that hair, because that wind's blowing it a little bit. There you go. Look at that. Give them a round of applause, folks. We got a lot of imaginative people here. But, looks like there's a traffic jam ahead. Go ahead and stomp that left brake pedal. Yep, maybe downshift. You gotta slow that baby down a little bit, because, oh my gosh, it looks like there's a flock of sheep. You know, there's a guy with a whole herd of sheep. I know, right? That you can honk the horn or kind of wave your hand around a little bit. What is going on here?
I'm driving here.
Yeah, he's trying to drive here. Come on, man. You know, give this guy a big round of applause. He's trying to drive here. But, all right, wave that sheep herder one last time. Kind of give him a little giddy up. There you go, a little giddy up. And all right, thankfully he finally got him across. Go ahead and hit the gas again. Get ready. Kind of shift. Some nice smooth road ahead. But there's a few chuckles here. Might feel a rumble in your seat. Bum 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 bum. Oh, smoothing out again. Okay, my gosh. Whew. We're gonna have to write a note to the highway patrol to kind of let some road crews know we got to fix those divots. Give them another round of applause, folks. That was fun. All right, really open it up now. You just got a sweet, sweet stretch of road ahead. No one around, perfectly safe. Go ahead, hit that top gear, whatever it is. There you go. Lean into a little bit. Uh-oh. Woo, woo, woo. Learns out the virtual cops. Yep, everybody, slow down, hit the brakes. Yep, looks like Johnny Law's out there. We're gonna have to sort this out, because even though this is a virtual reality ride, there could be a very real ticket waiting for you if you don't come up with a real good excuse. Volunteers, you're gonna have to come up with a real good excuse why you shouldn't get a ticket now, because it turns out you missed a speed sign back there. You were all speeding, and this cop's gonna start issuing tickets unless you come up with a real creative excuse. Gonna go down the road. We're gonna find out what your excuse is, why you should not get a ticket. Why should this cop let you go and not give you a ticket? This individual here, cop's asking, why didn't you see that speed sign back there? Why should I let you go? Why should I not write you a ticket right now?
Because I really had to poop.
Because you really had to poop, huh? Well, I guess it is kind of an empty stretch of road here, and we don't like people doing it by the side of the highway, so tell you what, he's in a good mood. He said he's going to let you go, so everybody give this big man a big round of applause. All right, that was a good one. You might be able to sell that one, you know. All right, this young man here, virtual cop, wants to know why you blew past that speed sign back there. What's your excuse?
An animal was chasing me?
An animal was chasing you. Okay, I mean, that's fair. We don't want to get eaten by any animals, so... All right, he's in a good mood. He's got a little smile on his face. You seem like a good guy, so go ahead and give this gentleman a round of applause here. Animal, okay. All right, the individual that's shoulder impressing now, I mean, the cop's already heard two excuses. He's, his patience run out. He wants to know, you better get a good one. I mean, you really better get a good one here. Why should you not get a ticket? What's your excuse for speeding here?
I'm in a hearse. The body's rotting. It smells bad.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Let's give her a big round of applause. I mean, yeah, the cop kind of leans in there. He just waves his nose and says, get out of here, get going. So you're good to go. But these two here, I don't know. These two could be trouble. I mean, the cop's got to write a certain amount of tickets, right? And if he doesn't give somebody a ticket here, he might have to answer for it. So what's your excuse, buddy? Why should the cop not give you a ticket? Why'd you blow that speeding sign?
I'm just too handsome.
Just too handsome. Okay, get those hands together. Yeah, they got some smiles out there. That's a good one. The cop kind of leans in, checks out, and goes, all right, that's a fair excuse. Give another round of applause for a handsome gentleman here. You can't write a ticket for a man that handsome, right? All right, but the individual shoulder impressing now, everyone else managed to come up with a slick excuse. What's your excuse, pal? Because he's got his ticket book out right now. He's going to really hit you up with a ticket here that you could have to pay later unless you got a sweet, sweet reason why that cop should not write you a ticket. So what's your excuse?
My wife's in labor.
Wife's in labor. Yeah. Okay, cop, you see him wiping a little tear from his eye. He's a father. He understands. So, he got a little smile. Okay, I'll come up. The cop said he's going to come up with his own excuse why he didn't write any of your ticket, and he's going to let you go. All right, everyone, give our volunteers here a big round of applause. Those were a lot of creative excuses. All right, volunteers, go ahead and start your car up again. Hit the gas. Watch that cop disappearing in the rearview mirror. Maybe you got a little smile on your face knowing that you got away with one. Maybe it was a legitimate excuse. Maybe it was an excuse, but you just dodged a big ticket there. In fact, give him another round of applause for dodging a big ticket there. All right, go ahead and stomp the gas a little bit. Cops disappearing, no one around, no towns. You're just good. And you've made it all the way across the country on your big cross-country adventure now. You've reached the ocean. The weather's beautiful. You can go take your car through the car wash and get it all tuned up. Really enjoy it. But all right, volunteers on stage, go ahead and let both hands just rest gently on your lap. That's it. Just plop right down. Let's have one more big round of applause for the stars of our show. All right, how about a little hoot and holler? Anybody got a hoot and holler for it? Yeah, there you go. Oh, come on, guys. I can barely hear you. One more time. Give it a big hoot. All right, outstanding. All right, volunteers, you've been a lot of fun to work with today. Thank you again so much for volunteering. In a moment, I'm going to emerge you from hypnosis by counting up from 1 to 5. All the silly, fun suggestions that I've given you up till now have all been removed. You're free you will be free to go about your business, thinking normally, acting normally, behaving normally. All the silly, fun suggestions I've made up till now have been removed. You'll leave the show today with the following suggestion. To just enjoy the rest of your day, whether it's here at the fair or anything else you have on your agenda for the evening. But you'll just have a little feeling of happiness, knowing that you brought a lot of laughter and joy to other people and got to try something fun and exciting today. But, take that suggestion with you. All the other suggestions gone. Everything back to normal in every way. All right, counting up now. 1, becoming more aware now of your physical bodily sensations. 2, becoming more aware now of your physical location here in time and space at the fair. 3, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes now. Wiggle your fingers and toes, feeling the circulation returning to them. 4, taking a deep cleansing breath in and out. And 5, eyes open, wide awake, feeling better than before. All right, feel free to take a seat and go about your day. And let's get them out with a round of applause. One last round of applause. These guys are really great, a lot of fun. Thank you so much for participating, and thank you for coming out to the fair today. That was a lot of fun.